Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy, Feeling Froggy 26, and today I wanted to talk about, first off, because I know I've been doing some rants about non-complaintive things, but I have felt like lately there isn't much to complain about. I think maybe because life is going pretty well. Furthermore, I wanted to talk about positive things. I don't know if people come here to hear me complain about shit or, play devil's advocate with me, but today I wanted to talk about voice acting. I talk about it a lot. I think some things that people don't realize who don't really know me and just kind of watch the channel is that I collect Pops, Funko Pops, and I'm a really big collector of that, and I wish to, show off that eventually. But also, I love voice acting. I love cartoons. I love, just video game voice acting. I think the art of turning your voice into another person just through your voice is amazing. I talk a lot about voice actors in the past. This is something I've wanted to do. Like, if someone asked me what my dream job was, as a kid, it would have been Spider-Man, but turns out you can't just be that. So what I have come to terms to is that I wanted to be a voice actor because it's something that really does speak to me as far as being that silly person who makes voices, but I also like making stories. Like, stories are great. I love stories. I'm midway into finishing Last of Us, which I will eventually finish, but it's that concept of stories in general and making stuff that makes you feel. Really, Troy Baker and Nolan North are two people who really are big inspirations and people I want to be like. There's a lot of people who are like some of my favorite voice actors, but I wanted to talk about them because it's the concept of I wanted to be that. Like, I think a good, I want to say maybe 2020. I think a good couple years now, maybe like a good 10 years now, I've been wanting to do this job because it just feels like something that would be fitting for me. I know it's just not something you just do, and I think it's the concept of growing up doing voices and trying to, I think what comes from it, and as childish as it seems, is like playing pranks on people, like calling prank phone calls is one of the things that I realized that I had like a talent for, and learning accents too. Accents are a big thing too, where I learned a lot of accents just by hearing people and listening to people. It's one of those things that I really do enjoy. It's just a fun thing to. It's the aspect of acting and becoming something you're not. I think because growing up, I've never liked what I was. I guess as depressing as that sounds, it's that concept of being something you're not, and I think I really enjoy that aspect of it. As far as just being a voice actor, I want to get my foot in the door. I want to start doing, if low budget people or indie game makers want to, get people who want to do voice acting, just trying to, test it out and get people who want to do voices. I'm always down for that. If anyone knows anyone, I am up for doing whatever. I can do lots of stuff. I try to focus on accents. I don't really try to, because a lot of people think, oh, well, you could be able to do impressions. I think the thing that people say a lot that I've learned is that, if someone's like, oh, I can do a really good SpongeBob, it's like, okay, well, Tom Kenny is not dying anytime soon, and even if he does, I don't think they're going to call you up right away and say, hey, can you do your, dead-on SpongeBob voice? I think it's a concept of you have to find your own characters, you have to find your own way of speaking or doing things. It's that concept of you're not trying to take someone's job, you're trying to make something your own. And then if that fits what they are looking for, it's the concept of, that's what they want. This is just from experience of what I've learned and heard. I haven't done much as far as voice acting, or I've done some stuff for Martin 50/50. Not too much, probably like one or two things for him. But as far as like just stuff, voice acting, stuff like that, I haven't really spoke as much as I wanted to about this topic, and it's something that really does speak to me, and I really do enjoy it. I'm one of those people who, when I watch or play something, I can hear someone's voice and go, oh, that's so and so, and I really do enjoy that the chameleon-esque aspect of how people talk and how you can become a different person. I think one of the things that makes voice actors like that good, when they can become completely different and almost undetectable from their actual normal speaking voice. I think that's quite amazing, and that's one of my, I think, goals in life, to be that. Even if it's small jobs here and there with people who are just making small, low budget things, it's always been something to just get my foot in the door and just experience and just take as much of it in as possible. It's just been a fun thing for me, and I really do enjoy it. So, I just wanted to talk about that, and if you guys have any other, if you have a favorite voice actor, or, a favorite character from a thing because of how it sounds, I don't know, put that in the comments and tell me how you feel about that. Mark Hamill is a perfect example of someone was one of the biggest movies of all time, being in Star Wars, being Luke Skywalker, and he's the Joker. Like, he's the in my head, the Joker. That's the voice of the Joker. Like, people love Heath Ledger, but I don't see him as my Joker. People are like, oh, he's great. The movie's great. Dark Knight is great. Don't get confused there. I'm just saying, in general, Mark Hamill is my Joker. Definitively, he is my Joker. Even Kevin Conroy, who is like my Batman. That's the voice of Batman. You can't, I don't think, as far as the voice of him it's just absolutely it's Batman. It's you hear it and it's Batman. I love the concept of those voices that you can distinctly be like, that's who I know is this character. I've talked way too much on this topic. I feel like such a nerd talking about this, about voice acting and about my pops, and hopefully I'll be able to talk more about it. I feel like I'm talking to an audience who doesn't understand it. A lot of the characters, like when I go to conventions, I look for the voice actors that I enjoy. I met, as I mentioned before, I met Steve Bloom and Fred Tatasciore. I think I talked to that on the Sony Spider-Man episode. I met both of those guys, and those were a big deal for me. I very much enjoyed both of them, and it was just amazing to meet both of those characters, and just, they have so many people or characters under their belt as far as, who they've played. Steve Bloom was Spike from Cowboy Bebop, and he's like the definitive voice of Wolverine to me. I just enjoy that kind of stuff, and that's something I want to do. I want to invest myself in it and really kind of dive into it and get to know, voices I can do and characters, and really find things that speak to people and just, I don't know, it's just that concept of I would want to so badly just become another person through my voice, and I think that's what it's all about in voice acting. And if you don't agree with me, I guess don't comment below or whatever. But yeah, I kind of have like a niche thing with voice acting and how much I love it. I think my favorite actor when it comes to that, or underrated person when it comes to stuff like that, is Alan Tudyk, and I can talk about Alan Tudyk all day, but I won't. My point is that I love voice acting. I love cartoonists, cartoon actors, cartoon voice actors, video game voice actors. I find their voices to be such a chameleon in what they do and how they perform. And I love that kind of media of people who enjoy that kind of stuff. I don't disrespect the real actual physical actors, live action actors, but it's just the concept of something about voice acting to me has always spoke to me as far as a really interesting way of being paid to just become another person through your voice. So yeah, I'm sorry, I've talked way too much on it. If you want to check out some good people, there's Nolan North, Fred Tatasciore, Steve Bloom, Troy Baker, Tom Kenny, Rob Paulson, Maurice Lamage, Tara Strong, who else? I'm trying to name as many as I can. Just people, great people in general. Laura Bailey, Travis Wilham, or Willingham. The point is there's a bunch of guys out there who are great and fantastic, and they're just, most likely they've been in something, whether you know them or not. So I think it's just an unsung disguise that they can walk around freely and not be berated like Brad Pitt or Tom Cruise, and just become big characters for people that people look up to. So yeah, that's it for me. Appreciate you guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Of course, if you're watching this, I will see you guys next time. We're set on the moving. So like I said before, December will come with new videos, hopefully live action stuff, and maybe we can get this actual, channel off the ground and actually have some real viewership and a community, because that's what I'm looking forward to, and that's what I really want. Yeah, I guess that's it. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you guys next time. There's all those people who want to take something that people legitimately need to express themselves with and make it about themselves. There's people who would go out there and say you were transgender, and there would be that one person who's like, well, I'm this, and it's special just like you. There's people who I've met plenty